What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 196 of the Nonsense Review. That's right, we're kind of representing a shitposting subreddit with mods actively hostile to bigots, bootlickers, and chuds.
Hey!
Yes.
Good ending.
So there's a subreddit called 196, which I keep stumbling upon because I'm part of far too many meme subreddits, and I'm like, what is the deal with this? Because the posts range from people slagging off MAGA being weirdos to here's a banana, and the reason for that is because it's just like we're shit posters. If you stumble upon this subreddit, the rule is you have to post something.
Oh no. I just went there. Now I have to find some shit post to post. Okay, bollocks.
Oh yeah, as if everybody who fucking goes on it bloody does that.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling down, and most of the posts are just titled "rule."
Yeah. It is what it is. Again, like, fuck knows, whatever, it could be fucking number one that day or whatever showing up, and sometimes they appear on the front page and then they get really annoyed.
Yep. I've been passing some shit posts back and forth all week. Is most of what I've been doing all week. So yeah, I can pick from that. Okay. It's also Espion.
I'm gonna take your word for it because I'm not looking it up.
Yeah. I looked it up last week when you said 195, and I'm like, you couldn't find any good things for 195, and I found it. Okay,
I found a good thing. It was an asteroid.
You did. Yeah. So and we went, oh, it might be like Umbreon or something. Then we looked it up, and it's like Espion's next. Umbreon's the week after.
Rick's using the royal we, guys.
Yeah.
We can't use a Pokemon every week.
Nope. Just when there's absolutely fuck all.
When there's absolutely fuck all, it'll be episode number 205. 205 is the number that naturally comes after 204, but precedes 206.
Yeah, that's what the good old Wikipedia says when there's fuck all to do about a number.
I mean, there's always some kind of math fact, but those also get boring very quickly.
Yep.
But yes, I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
So today we are continuing our journey down the traditional Christmas special route, and hopefully today's Christmas special is a lot better than last week's.
Yeah, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope.
I'm also not holding out much hope, but this one predates the last one. No, it doesn't. I'm a liar. The last one was 1979.
Yeah.
But today we're watching He-Man and She-Ra Christmas Special. This originally aired on the 25th of December 1985. Much like our previous special, it only aired the once. However, unlike the Star Wars special, this got a VHS release in 2005 and then a DVD release in 2010.
Yeah. What date did you say again?
Which date do you want? The original air date?
Yeah, the air date for like the actual day date.
25th
I know it was December 19...
25th of December of 1985. Now, here's the thing. When I initially Googled this and was doing some research, some fucker on Reddit was claiming it was December 6th. Every other source says they're wrong.
Okay. So, yes, I am 3 days older than this show.
Jeez. Congrats, Rick.
Yeah, old ass shit.
Yes, I couldn't find a lot of behind the scenes or background information around this particular Christmas special. However, this is a Hasbro-based cartoon in the mid-80s. I suspect there will be a brand new toy that is trying to be sold during this special.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of toys.
Like, they did this during fucking 2022 with their new My Little Pony adventure. This is not a trend that has died.
No. And you can even say that a lot of the Transformers movies were partially motivated by Hasbro toy.
A lot of them, all of them.
I mean, yeah.
Rick, the reason why all those Transformers died in that movie is because they needed new Transformers.
Yeah, they want new. We got new Autobots. Go buy them.
Oh god. But yes, the VA cast is the usual suspects. We have John Irwin as He-Man. He played He-Man pretty much every time ever, before a certain date. Melody Britt as She-Ra. Same story with She-Ra. Pretty much She-Ra until the DreamWorks. I want to say their name's Nate now.
Yeah.
Nate Stevens.
Indy is also cool.
Fair enough. And Alan Oppenheimer as Skeletor, which, by the way, cool fucking name. Fun fact.
It is.
He has been in every single animated version of He-Man.
Oh, okay.
So he was Skeletor in pretty much everything until Revelation. You even told me during Revelation that OG Skeletor was in that first episode. He played Mossman.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 3D super stylized one that we also watched the first episode of, he voices King Grayskull.
Yeah, sweet.
So yeah, he's one. I think he's the only person person who can claim to have been in every version of the animated He-Mans, which is pretty cool.
It is actually. It's a nice little tidbit. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what the charts were looking like at Christmas 1985. Unsurprisingly, we had a bunch of Christmas songs. Shaking Stevens topped the charts with "Merry Christmas, Everyone." Nowhere near the top, but still around, was Keith Harris and Orville with their version of "White Christmas."
I prefer that.
And Band-Aid's "Do They Know It's Christmas" re-entered the charts. No, not quite at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
As far as movies go, The Jewel of the Nile came out earlier in the month, and a week after, The Colour Purple was also released. I've not watched this. Apparently, it tackles some pretty heavy stuff, and more importantly, is Whoopi Goldberg's breakthrough role.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so 1985, the year of Whoopi.
Yes, I am the same age as Whoopi Goldberg's major career.
Yeah, it's a shame she's said some weird stuff in recent years.
You get to a certain age and you start getting the brainworms.
What? Yeah, let's not go into it. Anyway, that's about all I've got on the background here. Again, I couldn't really dive too much in because there's not really much knowledge being shared about the creation of or behind the scenes for this Christmas special. He-Man and She-Ra were both big things. They made a Christmas special. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So with that out of the way, those of you familiar with the show know we like to talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide, wide universe. So take it away, Rick.
Okay, I'm going to start with the universe because my week is going to cross over into your week, I assume, right at the end. So out of the universe, we've had an assassination.
Oh, we're talking about this. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So the CEO of United Medical or something? But he's been killed. 50-year-old guy killed in New York. And
not a single tear was shed.
The fallout from this is already things are going better. How do you ask? There's already a plan to gouge customers that has been cancelled by a different company. They read the room.
I mean, it's one of those where the old adage from Mike Tyson, I think, is applicable in most situations, and that is, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Yep.
And the Drederick Tatum one, I think, is, I think they will die of grief.
Oh, no, that one's even better, because it's just like, I intend to make orphans of his children. He has a wife. I believe she'll die from grief.
Yes.
It's so fucking funny.
So yeah, we're hoping the other CEOs will die of grief, and if not, then apparently we've got a photo of this guy giving a big old cheesy grin, and good on him.
No, we don't.
We've got someone who we believe to be the assassin doing a big old cheeser.
Oh, okay, that's completely different. That changes the context of the sentence entirely.
Yeah.
It was quite amusing because they had a CCTV basically snapshot of the person who did the shooting, and they covered up their face pretty well. They got a really big fucking nose.
They do.
And they were like putting out a public appeal of, do you know this man? Please help us get in contact. We wish to capture him. And everyone's like, we don't talk to cops.
Yep. It's a nice time to have a bit of solidarity among the common man.
That's exactly it, though. It's like every single person across the political spectrum has all fundamentally agreed that we don't care that this person got shot. They deserved it.
Yeah. The next one is that France now no longer has a government.
Okay, it's a bit of an over-exaggeration.
Yeah. To quote Senator Padme, not Senator Padme, Queen Amidala, when we move for a vote of no confidence, and everyone from the left wing to the far right have pretty much unilaterally agreed on this, because the guy who got ousted was too much of a chud for the lefties and not Nazi enough for the far right.
Yeah, I think it's very important to examine the political climate of France at the moment to fully understand this, because effectively, while they did have they've got a president in France, correct?
I believe so, yeah. It's either a president or a prime minister. Whichever it is, that's what it is.
I believe it's a president, because prime minister is a uniquely British position.
Yeah.
And also, we've never actually owned France, so it's not like they're going to adopt it.
Well, it's more the other way around, usually, that a lot of our legal terms are from France when they used to own us.
Yeah, my point point being that most people who use prime ministers are because they're copying us because they were owned by us for so long.
Yeah.
But anyway,
well,
I
not
digress.
even owned by. They just were us, like Australia. They were just an extension.
Oh yeah, because there was no one living there when we turned up. We're not getting into this.
Oh,
Let's
no.
move on. Yeah, the political climate in France is very weird because the parties that consist of their, effectively, we're going to say parliament because it's just easier.
Yeah.
It's pretty much split in three. You've got the far left has got a big old chunk, the far right has a big old chunk, and in the middle is just other parties. And all three of these groups have made coalitions.
Yes.
Making everything fucking impossible.
Yeah, so the ones that have gotten ousted are essentially in power as a minority.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of coalitions that they've done. So they essentially, all they need is for any ones of the people in the coalition to fundamentally disagree with one thing that they do for nothing to get done. Take note, Lib Dems.
Don't even. It's so fucking annoying because the Lib Dems had such a big chunk in that coalition. They could have vetoed anything they didn't agree with, and they didn't. They rolled over like pansies almost entirely because of Nick Clegg, and yes, I will give him all the shit in the world. And then you've got the other coalition that people forget that the Tories were in power because they had a coalition with the DUP, which had about 15 seats, which is nothing, but it is enough to put them into the majority. And they were fucking holding hostage so many bills because they were like, we can, so fuck you.
Yeah, and like they got bribed umpteen billion quid, which anywhere else in the country could have been, infrastructure.
Well, yeah, but that's the Tories. That's the Tories being dicks, not the the DUP are being dicks. But if you know anything about the DUP, you know they're dicks anyway. So why?
Yeah,
it's a redundant sentence.
Yeah, if you care about women's rights, don't vote DUP. And that's like a step beyond rainbow rights. They hate rainbow rights as well, but I think women are a bit more of a portion of the population than people on the rainbow, I
mean, it's one of I mean, you're saying that, Rick, but fucking the Red Hats got in America, and they're very vocal about being no abortion bad, and abortion is a fundamental right for women, in my opinion.
It is. A human's own body is a fundamental right of that human as long as they retain human rights.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is even a conversation, but apparently to some people it is.
You know why it's a conversation. That's because religious values have been fundamentally ingrained in so many people's minds since they were 6.
Oh, it's entirely for controlling women. And the last thing is the YMCA. Do you know of Victor Willis?
I do. He's the only member of that band who is straight.
Yeah, he's the lyricist and singer of Village People, and he has now come out saying that the song is entirely heterosexual. Anyone suggesting anything other is to get their minds out of the gutter, and as of January 2025, which you may notice is the handover date, my wife will start suing each and every news organisation that falsely refers to the YMCA either in their headlines or alluded to in the base of the story that the YMCA is somehow a gay anthem because such a notion is based solely upon the song's lyrics alluding to illicit activity, which it does not.
Yeah, that won't hold up in court.
No.
People have done this since the beginning of time. I think one of the more famous examples was Twisted Sister, where, by the way, don't ever get into an argument with Dee Snider. He is very articulate and he will break you. But there's one song in particular, and I forget the name, you'll have to forgive me, where he was being accused of promoting BDSM and bondage and all kinds of fucked up sadomasochist sexual acts to children because of the lyrics of this song. And the gentleman in question, Dee Snider, said this song is about surgery because I'm shit scared of surgery, as is my guitarist or drummer, whatever it is. So I wrote this. Anyone who sees X in it is probably relating their own experiences, and they should probably be questioned, not the person who essentially people are taking death of the author a bit too far sometimes. Point being, he can say as much as he likes that this is not a gay anthem, he didn't intend for it to be a gay anthem. Doesn't make a difference. A bunch of gay people relate to it and find it, they're like, this tracks. The majority of his bandmates were gay. That is a fact.
And most of them recruited in gay clubs in New York with the tagline of "must have a mustache."
What's that got to do with anything?
That's just where they were found, and the flyer said recruiting for this must have a mustache.
Okay. It's one of those where the article I read actually said that when we wrote this song was for everyone, and it's like no one's saying it isn't for everyone.
Yeah, it just wasn't popular until it became an anthem.
It's also not true. It was very popular when it released.
Yeah, true. true.
Like, Rick, we had this on our podcast last week. It released the same month as the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah, true.
But
also...
it topped the charts the same month as the Holiday Special.
Yeah. The other thing is that he's one of the few artists who has been quite happy to let Donald Trump play it at his rallies and is going to make, like, close to $1 million just from the licensing from that alone.
I'm very confused by this part of the story because it doesn't sound like a very good political song. It makes no sense as a political song.
I think he just plays the little clip of young men as Donald wants to get people who are under the age of whatever into work and, onto the wage slavery train.
Is that actually what's occurring, or is this you guessing?
Oh, I'm guessing. But he's also...
Because that makes no sense either.
Yeah. But yeah, that's enough of what I've seen in the world. Onto my week. I started playing Brown Dust 2.
The fuck is this?
It's a mobile game that appears to be really well made, and other than the fact that it's generally competent, it's best known for the fan service.
Okay, but before we get to the fan service, Rick, what you're saying it's competently made and that. You haven't actually told me what type of game it is.
Okay, so it's an RPG. Your standard overworld stuff is like an isometric exploration of maps. So you actually have to do that and get to do that, which is something that's missing in a lot of mobile games.
Yeah, a lot of mobile games are all about the gacha crack. They don't care about the game being good. They just need some good-looking JPEGs for you to roll for.
Yeah, so you can kind of just go to the main lobby menu and do most things from there, but where it actually shines in the gameplay is just going around the world, experiencing the world. The art is fantastic, even when you're not doing the fan servicey bits. And the battle system is like you got two lots of like 4x5 on grids. Your guys on one side, the enemy on the opposing side, and your guys just do like shaped attacks, and your enemies do something similar.
Oh, it's battleship with extra steps.
Yeah, so you just move your guys around and do shaped attacks and move them between turns.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I wouldn't say it's the most groundbreaking of battle systems, but it's better than most gacha games, as you say.
Yeah, and if you can't be asked, you can always just do auto battle, and they won't move. They'll just unleash their most unholy fuck slayer attacks. I assume that when you get actually into the full-on game, you can't just do that. And they're in like the 1.5 year anniversary. I think I actually first downloaded it when I was down with you guys, and then never played it. But now I've started.
Jesus Christ, that was ages ago.
Yeah, it fucking was. Well, apparently 1.5 years ago, because it was new then.
See, the only thing I don't like about what you described is I hate auto battles. I like the way that Western gacha games do it, which is if you've beaten a stage, you can click skip and then tap the amount of times you want to skip, and it just farms the stage for it. Just gives you the results because it knows.
Yeah, it knows that you can, and like even Disgaea's done that recently, haven't they?
What,
like,
the gacha game?
Oh, not even the gacha, just the most recent Disgaea. You can just go, okay,
yeah,
I want to.
But the problem with the most recent Disgaea, and we even brought this up in our retro, is they did that for Disgaea 6, decided that it broke the game, which it did, so they decided to limit it by using Hell Fuel, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and because you got Hell Fuel, you never use it because it's limited. And what if you need to use it?
You don't need to use it because it's only there for auto
You don't
battles.
need to use it. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Like, what if you need to get a level 9999 sometime quick and in the future, and you're not quite ready for it right now?
Fucking do it again, fucker.
Yeah.
Like, that's the actual answer.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing, which is going to cross over into your experiences of this week, is the newest episode of Helluva Boss.
Yes, this is Series 2, Episode 11, Mastermind.
Yeah, so this was a lot of fun.
Fun is certainly the word. Fun is part of the word. Another part was it was also kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, totally.
I think this episode suffers heavily from the fact that we've done this.
We kind of have. That said, I found Stella incredibly amusing in this episode.
She was on screen for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but like after she got like chewed out for, having the keys to their success all this time, she just goes, "Well, don't yell at me."
I honestly, this has just cemented the total failure of Stella as a character, in my opinion. Because
Oh yeah,
from the beginning of the series, she was really set up to be like, no, she is going to be a foil. She is going to be the reason why Stolas gets completely fucked. She puts on a bit of airs, but she's got something going on, and it's just like, if you didn't know already from the last episode she showed up in, we're just going to cement it here that no, Stella's worthless and stupid and an idiot.
yeah. She's an absolute bird brain, and I think it makes her funnier because of it.
You're allowed to think she's funny. I just think it's a waste of a character.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
You know. Go on.
So the big takeaway is that Octavia is now property of Stella alone, and that's the real downside of this episode. Everything else is basically an upside in disguise.
There's a few things I want to mention. I'm going to get the downers out of the way first, because on the whole I'm high on the episode, but there's some real obvious standout. Why? The first being that it feels like they skipped a bunch of steps.
I feel you.
And that they want to rush to Blitz and Stolas reconciling, so they've skipped a bunch of shit that should have probably happened first. And it's not the end of the world by any means. It feels very rushed to me. The second thing I want to talk about is the trial itself, and that is, it's just Has-Been Hotel again.
Yeah.
Literally one for one. It's the exact. I think the creators have a real hard on for, the courts and the justice system are fucked, which they are, but this is going to be a plot point in both your shows. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Go on.
I did like the song though. It was great.
Okay, I didn't care for the song very much. It was technically fine. The contents of the song, the sums were great. The whole was like the person who voices Stolas, like, they've got a cracking singing voice. You really can't hate it. The lyrics are fine, but the standout was the animation during it.
Oh, totally.
As,
And did you also catch the statement of what in Lucifer's hell?
I didn't catch the statement, but I did like the zoom in on the chair. It just said BRB. I fucking loved as well that Satan is the de facto head of Helluva Boss because they can't use Lucifer because he's in a different show. So the way they get around this is the reasoning why Satan's in charge, and he says it himself, is, I was here since before Golden Boy fell.
Yeah. So even if it is the same universe, which we all kind of know that it basically is, it's fine that they're not going to do outright crossovers, at least right now.
I highly suspect that part of the deal with Amazon says, no, you can't have any character crossover.
Yeah, maybe. It might change after the show is over.
Oh, what, in 5 years?
I mean, maybe.
Whoopie-doo, I'll be dead by then. Anyway, we finally get to see all the 7 sins.
Yeah, we do.
We got introduced to Belphegor, Leviathan, and Satan. Satan is by far the coolest design.
Yeah, he is, partly because he's massive.
I was going to say, like, it does look like a 12-year-old drew him.
Yeah. It's also nice to see that our Sin Dukes that we know of are all kind of on the let's not fuck over our guy train.
If you pretend Mammon doesn't exist.
Well, okay.
Mammon didn't even care about fucking over Blitz or saving Blitz or whatever. He just wanted the thing to be over so he could eat.
Yeah. And then he barely waited for that even.
The Twitter people were going nuts over. I love how the sin of gluttony is disgusted by how Mammon eats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think, weirdly enough, my favourite scene was when Blitz had his head against the headsman's block, basically. It's very easy to not get that emotionally invested in this scene because we've all seen cartoons. We know the protagonist isn't going to die. Certainly not halfway through an episode.
Yeah, not halfway through an episode and not before a season finale.
Absolutely. I absolutely loved how it's like, we're going to broadcast this to all imps everywhere. Which, by the way, if they'd have killed Blitz in that moment, given the reaction we got at the end of the episode, they absolutely would have made a martyr.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like they basically already have a living martyr in Blitz at this point.
It's a bit weird, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's an icon, and if they want to rally around someone, he's right there.
But yeah, the fact that they're putting his head on the thing, they're broadcasting it, they're cutting to a bunch of rando imps. They cut to Verosica, who is like, fuck, I don't want him to die. But they also cut to Fizz, and then Fizz is furiously texting, Ozzy, Oz, do something, Oz.
Yeah, and Ozzy's like literally right there, so and he's having to poker face it.
Yeah, it's really an adorable moment. One of the things that, again, the only reason it makes sense is because they're going for all courts are fucked up and skewed towards certain results, and blackmail and bribery and basically everything's corrupt. They're going for that angle, and I get it. But it's like, we got this one imp who says that this other imp did it, and that's good enough for me.
Yep, apparently.
Like, why is one imp's word better than another's? When you look down on all of them equally.
Yeah, well, I guess it's because they do actually have evidence against Blitz, just,
all of that evidence only works with Stryker's testimony.
Fair enough. But, like, what did happen is that he did have the book, and if they've got record of it being used, then...
But that's not what got him killed. This is before the book was even really a big factor. This was about... the reason why he was being put to death is because he was being accused of attempting to kill Stolas, not because he stole his book.
Yeah, fair enough. And meanwhile, I do actually really like the new Goetia guy that we get.
Yeah, so his name is Visago, and that's the character I was telling you about, where everyone on Twitter has been going nuts for him for about half a year.
Yeah.
And yeah, yes, he's cool, and he only has like 5 lines.
He does, but he makes an impression with them.
Yeah, he seems to be the only member of the Goetia who actually likes Stolas.
Yeah, and I think he's also one of the only ones that voted against execution as well.
I don't think there was a vote for execution. Satan just decided.
Yeah.
You gotta bear in mind, I don't think Visago gave one shit about Blitz. His entire motivation was, why is Stolas not here if this trial involves Stolas?
Yeah, which is a very pertinent question.
It's a very pertinent question. However, if you're taking, I want to say his name's Adolphus or Astolphus or something, the ice bird.
Yeah, the blue lad, yeah.
He, if you take him at face value, his argument makes sense. However, we as viewers know that he's lying.
Yeah, because, we've seen what he wants, and we even see what he wants in the trial because he makes no attempt to poker face himself.
Yeah, that's also the other confusing thing is Satan should be more observant in that regard.
Well, the other option is maybe Satan doesn't care because if people beneath him are backstabbing each other, they're not backstabbing him.
I don't think Satan can physically be backstabbed.
Yeah, maybe, but if there's enough of them, maybe. If every demon equals Satan, then if every demon did team up, they probably could be able to get him at some point, but
we've seen enough demons that we know goddamn well every demon won't team up.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that it's just more security for him. It stops him being bothered about it if all the other demons are just at each other's throats at all times.
I think at this point we're adding far too much motivation to something that doesn't need to be added to.
Yeah, he's Satan.
That's pretty much it. He is the biggest and baddest demon. He is the alpha dog in this scenario because Lucifer's not around.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Going back to the blue bird, the ice bird man. His argument of I didn't bring Stolas because I didn't want to bring up bad memories and bad flashbacks and make him feel anxious and nervous after being used and abused by this imp. And if you take him at face value, which the court does because the plot needs to happen, that actually does make sense.
It does.
However, again, as viewers with all the information, we know we're going to be on Visago's side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even Beelzebub would be this is that's not true.
Well, Beelzebub doesn't know that part of it, but when they sentence or about to sentence Blitz, she does speak up. We both saw the episode. She says, "Yeah, no, this guy's a bit of an animal, but he's cool."
Yeah. Especially by her standards of he's a party animal. Just the fact that when Stolas gets sentenced, he puts his head down on the guillotine, and Satan's like, "What are you doing? You're rich."
It's a bit more than just being rich, though, isn't it? It's the fact that he's nobility, so therefore his life has merit.
Yeah, you're a Goetia. Your life has meaning.
Yeah, no, the implication is that you can kill 1,000 imps and no one will bat an eye, but kill one person with an ounce of blue blood. Yeah, this is very much a temporary exile as far as demons are concerned. He's being exiled or banished for 100 years, which it's like 3 months house arrest. It's not like free. Stolas is only 36.
Oh, is he actually 36? Okay, I thought he was I thought they were Disgaea ages, in that like they were all like in the hundreds or something.
Well, he was a kid at the same time as Blitz.
Yeah, true.
So they've obviously aged at the same rate.
Yep.
And, Via's only 16.
Sure.
Oh, and let's talk about that for a second, is, like, as far as Olivia's concerned, like, Stolas is dead, because all she saw on the TV was him putting his neck on that fucking headsman block. She tried to get out of the room, and Stella was like, no, you stay here. So I'm gonna go with the assumption that at the moment, Via thinks Stolas has been killed.
Yes. It's probably going to be Luna that like brings her around on that and just like.
What makes you think Luna's going to visit her?
Because they're actually pretty friendly with each other.
They're friendly with each other, but that doesn't mean they hang out with each other. And I think for damn sure Stella and her brother are not going to be allowing any visitors anytime soon.
Which is entirely the reason that Luna will break in.
I think you're putting a lot of stock in Luna here.
Yeah, I think she's been having character growth, and I think like having like her first like actual friend is going to she's gonna I think that the camaraderie of IMP is going to rub off on her, and she's going to be like, I want to apply that.
We've seen the two interact once. We don't know that they even kept in contact after that moment. I'm not saying
True
you're
enough.
wrong. It's just you got to make a lot of leaps here. So many leaps that it's almost jumping into Fanon.
Yes, it's a triple jump. I'm going into fan comic territory.
But yes, nobody likes Stolas. They're throwing garbage at him in the streets, and Blitz is trying. He's like, "Can we knock it off with the garbage?"
Yeah, and like I think he's the only person that would like get that to succeed because
he
like,
didn't
it's
know.
mostly imps chucking. Yeah, fair enough.
No,
Like,
even after he said that, Stolas got more sludge dumped on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those weird ones where everyone's cheering Blitz on the walk home, and everyone's throwing shit at Stolas, and Stolas just looks so pathetic. Whoever drew him did a really good job.
Yep, and had to be told twice, do not inhale the water in the bath.
Yeah.
It's not often you get something repeated in a cartoon.
That's true, actually. So yeah, Stolas is going to be chilling at the Imp headquarters for a while. I don't think for a second that he's actually going to be banished for 100 years. I think Imp is going to shift their priority to trying to, one, clear their name properly, and two, get Stolas back in charge.
Yeah.
But I don't think Stolas wants that. I think Blitz will see that he needs it.
It's probably going to be less about Stolas being in charge and more about ousting Iceman, whose name has also escaped me again.
I know his name. I just don't. I can't remember which if it's Adolphus or it's not Astolphus. I don't think, but yeah, it's one of those. It's that sort of name.
Yeah. Or like I should know a lot of Goetian things because like I have read the list of names of the Goetia, but like one of them is just Amy.
Oh yeah, you're basically a fucking scholar.
Yeah.
Rick, I know like a weird amount of demon names, not because of anything scholarly, but because I've played SMT and Persona.
Yeah, like Neberos and Amaduskias.
You've got people like Berith, and I believe you even have Stolas in fucking Persona at times.
Yeah,
but Berith is part of the Ars Goetia. It's all
and Osei.
But yeah, man, the balls on Blitz for a split second to say, actually, sir, the O's silent to Satan. Actually, I think he starts saying it, and because Satan's just glaring at him, he just goes, "You know what? The O's fine.
The O is there. The O is there."
Oh god. But yeah, it's
like to be fair, it is kind of like an ingrained response to it being said. Although he did actually say, "Actually, sir," so like he is actually thinking about it and then thinks better of it.
It's one of those early season jokes as well, where in season 1 he's introducing himself to a client, and he goes, "The name is Blitz. The O is silent." And there's like there's a beat before the client goes, "What O?" Because if you don't know, it's like, where the fuck is there an O in that name?
Yeah, because if you've not read it, yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so. Just other than that, I'm excited to see how things progress from here because, like, it seems to be like a darkest hour for Stolas in particular that's just going to get better as things go on.
I mean, Stolas literally cannot be knocked down any lower.
Like, Stolas can't be knocked down any lower. Other people can, but generally it feels like a current a darkest hour of this season that we can now start to come back from. And I like a good acceleration to a climax, you know?
Sure.
Any more final thoughts?
Yeah, like, I had a few gripes, but, like, I've had a few gripes with almost every single episode this season. It is what it is. I'm definitely still a fan of Helluva Boss. And I'm very much looking forward to see what comes next. I just hope they don't rush it. Because, again, these last couple of plot points feel incredibly rushed, and part of that is because they kind of could have done this at any time.
I get you. But I think the reason they've not done it, well, the reason they've not done the whole trial thing earlier is just because they wanted us to have like an investment in the Stolitz drama.
But I'm just saying, the Stolitz drama needed more drama. Fuck, we had one episode where Blitz was just going around a hotel wanting to fuck a ghost, and that was him. Yeah. That was him trying to cope, and I get it was him trying to cope. But when you go from that to this, it's a bit of a tonal whiplash.
Oh, it definitely is. But like, we have the benefit of we've got the time in between episodes. So for us, we've had like physical time to process things. The characters kind of haven't, but also it's implied that some time is passing in between everything anyway. So that's
my point being is I wanted to see the characters mope more. I wanted to see them experience their fucked upness. Like with Stolas in particular, we saw him do a very brief rebound date at the end of an episode, and that's it.
Yeah, and Verosika going, just wish him well. Hope he gets laid.
It's very unsatisfying as a viewer. That's all I'm saying. And again, I'm still high on the series. There are things that could have been better.
Yeah, true.
That's my closing thoughts.
True.
Let's move on with our lives.
Yeah, so that's me. That's my week and the crossover. How have you been? How was your week? What have you seen? What have you been?
I started playing Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so this was one of those games in the autumn sale, so I picked it up, and I was like, I've not played this in a while, let's give it a go. And I've just gotten onto the train to Timber, so I'm very early on in the game.
I like trains.
But yeah, boy, is that game a lot easier when you're over the age of 12 and you understand how the junction system works.
Yeah, you put Firaga on your strength and go.
Well, I'm not far enough in to even pretend to have Firaga, but I do have 100 copies of Water.
Oh yeah, Water. It's like a Ra spell that you can get really early on by drawing from crabs.
There's a fish type enemy you can find on the beach right next to the town of Panam, and they drop fish scales, and you can turn...
Oh yeah, you refine the fish scales. Yeah.
So I did that because I got told that, hey, if you're going to play this game, you should get that card mod immediately. So I did, and I've been told that if you want to make the game really easy, there's this one card you can get really early on if you get lucky with a certain enemy in Triple Triad. And if you refine that, you get 20 copies of Tornado. If you get 100 copies of that, you break the game and win.
Yeah.
I didn't do that, but I have it as an option if I wish.
Yeah, and also the brothers refines into 100 heroes, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Which are the invincibility items. So I never did that because I wanted to keep my Triple Triad collection for I don't know why. And but
you know
you
why.
can...
You play fucking gacha games, Rick. You know why you want the thing.
Oh yes, it's for completionists even after the end of the game when you can't use the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But yes, it's you can make 100 heroes. That's one of the ways that you can try and legitimately do the Omega weapon.
Yeah, I might actually give those things a go this time around, because I beat the Super Ultimate Final Boss in FF9 the last time I played that for the first time.
Yeah,
in my
good old
life.
Ozma, yeah.
So
I did the Ultima weapon, and that was one of those things where you do the Ultima weapon not to get the benefits of it, but to keep drawing Ultimas so everyone's got 100 of them, and then you put that on your elemental defense and you're immune to all elements.
Yeah, here's the thing about the junction system. I really like it, but I also really fucking hate it.
Yeah, like, I can see it being reworked into not items, but your level with that spell.
What, so like the materia system from 7?
Kinda, but like, your level with fire is like, when you get to full thing with fire, then it becomes like, okay, you can now junction a level 100 fire to your strength, or level 100 fire to your, like, resistance or whatever. And that would then, like, you'd then essentially just still have MP and cast it with your MP and it'd just be good.
Nah, the game, that breaks it. The junction system works somehow, but it breaks very quickly if you change it even slightly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and
yeah.
I don't mean break, I mean fucking shatters.
Yeah. If you don't use magic, junction is just a straight up buff for everything that you do. And if you do use magic, then you're choosing to be shit.
There's no reason to use magic in that game.
Yeah, because like even the people with good magic stats have got other ways to use their magic stat, like Quistis. She's got blue magic. Just be on 10 health and just keep refreshing your attack button until you get your limit break.
I got to the point in the game where I was reminded that Quistis is only 18. I thought she was like 22.
Yeah, she's 1 year older than everyone else, and yet everyone was like, "Oh man, what a milf."
Well, yeah, but like her being 18 just makes it even make even more sense as to why she is so fucking annoyed with her position in life.
Yeah, she's got the on for squall, and she gets really annoyed when she gets the status stripped from her because she was like the youngest person ever to become an instructor, and she's had it taken away from her for basically Cypher's fault.
It's really fucking annoying. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
No one who is 18 should be a teacher.
No.
Like,
absolutely.
You're not going to command the respect that you get from really young. Like, okay, if you're over the age of 20, people under the age of 10 think you got your shit together just automatically. You're an adult and you are now responsible for people potentially.
Yeah, you're anybody full sized gets looked up to by small people.
Exactly. Except she's not teaching small people. She's teaching people 3 years younger than her at most.
Yeah, not even 3 years. She's teaching people 1 year younger than her that she grew up with.
Well, I'm also assuming she teaches other people, Rick.
Yeah, fair enough. But we only see what we see.
Yeah, but like the people in her fucking fan club don't seem like they're 17.
Yeah, but neither does Selfie.
Selfie's 12, and you can't tell me otherwise.
If Selfie is not 12, she's very definitely 12 coded.
And it makes it even weirder that she loads of people pair her up with Irvine romantically because Irvine acts like he's fucking 36 and smokes 50 a day.
It's because they're both yellow. They both wear yellow clothes, and that's it.
I think you'll find Irvine wears brown.
Yeah, but like in the PlayStation, they didn't have very good color fidelity, so it just looked kind of same. Basically, a more washed out yellow than Selfie's yellow.
Here's the thing: is Selfie shows up in Kingdom Hearts on the very first island, and she's been aged down to an 8-year-old, and she acts no different.
Yeah, she doesn't need to act any different. Oh man, I think Cream the Rabbit is more fucking mature than Selfie.
Okay, that's pushing it. But yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, I'm going to be having fun with that, and I will probably be giving updates in the weeks to come.
Yeah.
Rick, let's talk about Gladiator 2.
Okay, yeah, sweet.
I watched this movie. It was a good movie. It was a very long movie. Do you know how I know it was long?
Because you needed to piss, and you Googled how long it was.
For the last 30 minutes of the movie, I was in agony. My bladder was full and was like, you need to piss. And I'm like, I know I need to piss, but I can't stop now.
Yeah, I needed to piss twice, and went to piss twice, and I really wish that I'd have done it during the speeches with the guy. You know the guy. The speeches with the guy that don't really do anything.
I don't know which guy you're referring to. Could you give me an actor or a clue?
The one who apparently knew Maximus and takes him to see the doctor guy.
Yeah.
Because like they're all things that the character needs to know, but we know in real life.
Yeah. I'm glad I watched Gladiator 1 before watching this.
Yeah, because it helps you with the nostalgia, even if you watched it a long time ago. Without the nostalgia, it's still an alright movie. But it doesn't hit anywhere near as hard because it's the George Lucas thing, isn't it? It rhymes.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, we'll shit on George Lucas all day, every day, but I still love that quote, and I think it rings true to this day.
Yeah.
It's like poetry.
It's a lot better than the other quote of Jar Jar is the key.
Okay, but again, that's taken so much out of context, it bothers me.
Yeah, because it was a gag. It
wasn't a gag. He was talking about the CG.
Yeah. Jar Jar is the key to the CG.
By Jar Jar is the key, it's like, if we can get Jar Jar to work, then that means we've cracked it and we're going to be great. And,
yeah.
And to be fair, I think the CG for Jar Jar was great, especially at the time.
Yeah.
I don't like Jar Jar
fantastic.
as a character. He's very annoying, but as a child, I loved him.
Everything about Jar Jar was done fantastically, apart from the writing.
The writing was fine. In the sense that is the character George wanted to make, and you can tell it worked. It was what he wanted.
Yeah, but they wrote him to be like that. They could. Fucking Jar Jar.
Let's go back to Gladiator. Seeing as we're talking about CG, fuck me, those sharks looked awful.
Yeah. That was one of the times I went to piss, and I'm like, why are there sharks?
So, historically, it is said that the Colosseum, it might not be in the Colosseum, it might have been another arena, was actually flooded to make a mock Armada battle. To this day, I don't know how they would have done it.
Yeah. I guess they prayed to God, and then God did 40 days and 40 nights.
And they sure as shit would not have gotten sharks in.
No. Not at that short notice.
But the thing that made me laugh the most is we came out of that movie theatre, me and a buddy, and it was just like, yeah, that water scene was a bit weird, and I went, yeah, but historically speaking, there is the anecdote of there being a mock sea battle and maybe whatever, and he said, yeah, but there's no way that they could have brought sharks in. I went, yeah, okay, but at that point, you really do have to employ some suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, like, if you can get entire, like, Armada ships in there alongside the sharks, then, yeah, you can just kind of, wave it away as, okay, they wanted to have this battle and they didn't want to have it at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, a lot of the CG animals, it was a mixed bag.
Yeah, true.
Don't get me wrong, I much prefer the fact they're just straight up using CG animals, they're not even pretending to use real ones.
Yeah, they can get a lot more brutal with the CG ones.
Yeah, like the Rhino looked perfect.
On both sides. Yeah, they can get more brutal on both sides of the spectrum. You can be brutal with it and brutal to them.
Yeah, I mean, even so, I don't agree with using certain animals in films, like real animals. Horses and dogs, yeah, they're fine. I draw the line at big cats.
Yeah, because, like, cat psychology, they don't know things.
Like, the tigers in Gladiator 1 look like real tigers, and there's a good chance that they were, and I didn't like that at all. It made me feel very uneasy watching.
Yeah, fair enough.
But whatever. Pedro fucking Pascal.
Yeah, I loved that character. So, he didn't have a heel face turn, and I loved that. He had a reframing of the character to the viewer as the movie progressed, and I think that's a fantastic way to portray that kind of relationship between what is introduced as an antagonist and ends up being, like, a lot of people's favorite guy.
Even from minute fucking 1 of him being on screen, he did not look like a villain.
No,
he looked like a person who had to do a fucking job.
Yeah, he looked in great pain at every life that he took. Like, he was doing a job, and yeah, we got the bit of context as it went along that he's basically the new guy's stepdad.
Okay, I've got to be honest with you, I was laughing my arse off when Lucilla got reintroduced, because we got to a point where she was hosting that secret meeting with the general and the senators, and we even had the same old senator from Gladiator 1, so, cool. And I'm just watching the scene unfold, and I'm like, did you learn nothing? Never do any plan with this woman. They always fail.
Well, there's only like a 1-for-1 shot of them failing, but oh well.
It was a pretty big fuck up in the first film, Rick.
Yeah. And I do like how they explain, oh yeah, the Commodus was gay as fuck. There's no way that any kid of his is actually his.
Wait, who are we talking about?
So Commodus, the emperor from the first movie, and that Lucilla being his wife or whatever. So any child that she had was definitely not Commodus's child.
Okay, that wasn't the emperor from the first movie, her husband.
Was it not?
The emperor was her brother, and the emperor before that was her father. And while yeah, he clearly wanted to fuck her because he was a creepy weirdo Roman, there wasn't implied to be a consensual relationship there at all.
Sure, okay.
But yeah, I was very confused as to why Lucius was suddenly Maximus's kid, because I didn't pick up that vibe at all in the first movie.
No, I didn't either. That sounded like a massive retcon, but oh well.
Here's the thing. The only line of dialogue I can think of that makes it viable is very early on when he first meets Lucilla again in the camp. He said, "Oh, how old is Lucius?" And Lucius is 8. Oh yes, that's the same age as my own son. However, he has a son that gets killed in the movie, so I'm assuming he means that son. But yeah, it could be
like. It's very easy to assume that,
So it's one of those where I guess you could point to that line of dialogue and be like, maybe he wasn't talking about his son, his actual son with his actual wife, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally really liked it. Again, it's a bit weird that it's coming out like so far after it, but I don't begrudge it. It's if it really is the difference between having CGI lions and not having lions at all, then I don't begrudge that at all, because the CGI stuff generally I think looked okay.
Yeah. Like the sharks is the standout example I think of that looked awful. I think the baboons at the beginning of the film didn't look great, but they were fine.
Yeah, and they very definitely performed like baboons.
Oh yeah. That was a scary fight scene. They did a really good job of making baboons look terrifying. Which, by the way, they are terrifying in real life.
Oh yes. You do not want to fight apes. Yeah, the apes don't need to see tomorrow to fuck you up.
And also doubly terrifying because they didn't get given weapons.
Oh yes.
Anyway, yeah, good movie. I think the weirdest thing about it is that it didn't come out in the summer.
Yeah, it does feel like a summer blockbuster, don't it? Oh well.
Maybe it just didn't want to compete with anyone.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I can't think of a movie that came out in the summer that would come close to this as far as scale goes.
Yeah, me either. Because like, what else has it got to compete with? Like
Venom
Joker
3.
2. Yeah, Venom 3, Joker 2. Venom 3 was what it was. Joker 2 was fucking garbage. Oh boy. And I guess it's coming out now rather than like in the next few weeks, because that's the actual Christmas blockbusters, which is going to be like Sonic 3 and Mufasa. And I know which one of the two that I actually want to go see.
Does anyone actually want to see Mufasa?
I don't mind the concept, but it very definitely would have been better as a traditional animated thing. And yeah, it's cheaper to make this CGI slop, because once they've got the models for it, they can just plug it into like any old photorealistic CGI freaking scenery, and it just works.
It's only cheaper to make because 3D animators are not unionized.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, yeah.
Ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
South Korea did a fucky wucky on Tuesday.
What did they do?
Did you not hear about this?
So I've heard about something that's happened, and it just got completely overshadowed by fucking the CEO murder.
Yeah, okay, so on Tuesday evening, at least as far as we're concerned, the Prime Minister, or President of South Korea, I should say, just straight up said, I am now enacting martial law. And everyone's like, what the fuck? So a bunch of politicians, and by that I mean 190 out of the potential 300 they have, stormed the Parliament building and put in a vote to say, no, you cannot just suddenly invoke martial law. So cue the military surrounding their parliament and everyone being like, what the fuck is going on? Before the president just said, I am retracting my instatement of martial law, and he is now under arrest.
That is so weird.
This all happened so much so that if you were up at like midnight on Tuesday in Britain, it would have just started. By about 3 a.m. it was over. And
yeah, but by the time you got any of the news, it probably would have been finished.
It was. That's exactly what happened. Loads of people woke up on Wednesday and were like, what fucking happened in South Korea? And there was a really funny image of Marge Simpson going, North Korea, no! It's like, North Korea's like, what? As Bart. It's like, sorry, force a habit.
Okay, so I saw that. I didn't get any of the context.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I only got that fucking reaction image, and like I didn't know what else was happening.
Yeah, very fucking bizarre. But yeah, good job on the South Korean politicians just being like, we need to put a stop to this immediately. And they did. And kudos to the South Korean military, who were like, we don't really want to blow up our parliament building with a bunch of politicians inside, so we're just going to stand down. Yeah, we're gonna surround it and stand by. Yeah. As soon as the South Korean president, and I guess former South Korean president now, basically took down martial law, he is pretty much being forced to resign and will be arrested very shortly, I'm sure. And the world points at South Korea and goes, "See, America, this is what you're supposed to do when there's an attempted coup."
Yes. You're meant to stand together against the bullshit.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in America, half of them are the bullshit.
Yeah. Usually when you fail the coup, heads roll.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a weird Wednesday.
It was indeed.
In other news, Rick, Deku's been dragged out of the Cup Cave.
Oh?
Okay, so My Hero Academia got an epilogue chapter released this week, and I don't care about My Hero Academia. I know it's finished. I don't give a shit. I fell off that train hard. But we made a joke not too long ago of how the ending of that book made things look really bleak for Deku.
Yeah, in that he got like 12 years of like no friends, and then just some mostly consensual hand-holding at the end.
So the epilogue chapter, he is very definitely now with Gravity Girl.
Oh, okay. So consensual hand-holding went to the next level.
Yeah. So it's weird because the reason why the previous ending was, lambasted is because Deku got a raw hand, and the creator basically said that I don't want to sink any ships, so this is how the thing ends, which is a real cop-out answer. And now
massively.
And now he's released an epilogue where I'm going to sink all the ships because Deku's going to go with Gravity Girl. Because of course Deku's going with Gravity Girl. You only have to watch one episode to know she's the main love interest.
Yeah, did you watch the thing? Did you read the thing? Yeah, of course this is happening. It's like...
Anyway, long story short, a lot of My Hero Academia fans are getting very annoyed on Twitter because how dare they?
How dare they sink the ship of Bakugo and Uraraka? Oh boy.
It's a real damned if you do, damned if you don't, because this got shit on for its original ending of being open, and now it's getting shit on for picking the very obvious love interest.
Yeah.
Fucking grow up, guys.
Exactly. And
I know that's very rich coming from me, the guy who immediately jumped on the bandwagon of, oh yeah, cut cave for Deku. He has to watch Bakugo plow Urukara every night from the closet, always dressed in a superhero outfit.
Dressed almost always as All Might.
Yes, that's better.
It's true, though.
It is. Oh, God.
I can't believe you didn't make that one.
I thought I was onto something with him being in his dumb bunny costume.
Yeah, but now it's not even his own costume. He's dressed as All Might.
Yeah, he's dressed as All Might, and yeah, we're going to leave that joke there lest we get vulgar. Rick, what are we doing today?
We're doing He-Man and She-Ra. It is the Christmas special from 1985. If you'd like to join along with us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
So, I've read a few comments about this movie, and only a few. And one of them just says, I've got no idea what the fuck this has to do with Christmas.
Just because it's snowing.
Is that Glimmer in the pink hair?
I think so.
Oh, I see fucking Seahawk.
Yeah, Seahawk with his mustache.
I'm going to assume that's Perfumer.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, Adora's face in that instance was very Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, so that's going to be Glimmer.
So the Butterfly Lady's Flutterina is...
yeah, the real Flutterina.
Yeah.
Back when Flutterina existed.
Oh,
Peekaboo also existed.
Yeah. And it's a woman!
Yes, and a peacock.
Makes sense, peak, blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so whoever made that comment's fucking insane then.
Yeah, like, they talk about Christmas in, like, the first, like, minute.
They've reused this shot twice already.
Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Orko.
Yeah. Man-at-Arms and Adam just working on our rocket ship like manly men.
Yeah. It's difficult to wonder how people didn't think that Adam was hench.
Yeah, right? Look, he has to. He's got that silly walk that all bodybuilders have because their fucking legs are too big.
Yeah, the phantom lats. Where their arms are stuck out further than their body extends because they're like, oh no, my lats are too massive. But they're not there. Orko, don't be a wanker. You're going to the moon.
He's going to see if it's made of cheese.
Grommet.
I'm just saying it right now. I could see him being voiced by fucking Cave Johnson.
I get you. Yeah.
I've forgotten his name. What's the actor's name?
I've also forgotten his name. The one who's Alex Jones in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
That's the one. I'm very sorry, J.K. Simmons. When I think of your voice, I think of Cave Johnson.
I think of J. Jonah Jameson.
That's a very sparkly card.
Yeah, it's He-Man and Jingle Bells.
Don Heckman and Bob Forward, you did what you could. I'm sure.
We'll find out.
This is 40 years old, damn near.
Thank you. It's a very smooth Skeletor.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, 90% of the background characters are all voiced by one guy.
Yeah.
Look at this toy!
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure that literally was a toy.
That looks like it could be very easily be a part of the Mighty Max range.
Yeah.
God, I love Mighty Max.
I don't think I've ever played that. Or, played with those toys.
They weren't great. It's Polly Pocket, but for boys.
Oh, yeah!
Didn't take long to get a transformation.
No, I didn't. And he's literally got the same body type when he did the transformation.
Why was that so funny? He just fucking ran and Endodora's just like, okay, I get that's a thing.
So I guess that happened. I guess I'm assuming they've already had the introduction by now, and she's like, it's beyond the point of, I guess that's where I get it from.
I mean, yeah, when Adora meets Adam, like, they're already established as transforming gods.
Yeah. Actually, I think when they first meet, it's actually Adora's introduction, and it's, she's still part of the Horde, I believe.
I don't think that's correct, because I believe they didn't get a crossover episode until She-Ra was already in full swing.
Okay.
Because I believe the story goes that Hasbro was like, man, He-Man's really popular. We should make a girl version so girls buy our shit.
Yeah. One of the few times that He-Man actually uses the sword.
Well, he's not allowed to use it on people, is he? That might hurt.
No. Yeah, he can throw the sword, but it will only ever hit them, butt on.
It's like the old joke from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, where Marek is like, wait, they're all robots? Yes! As much violence as I want!
Hope you're into bondage.
I fucking love that! How casual is that?
Yeah, it's just, uh-oh. Oh, hey, it's Swiftwind.
Their swords are exactly the same.
Yeah. Throwing your sword always works.
Now, canonically, She-Ra is taller than He-Man, so it'll be interesting to see if that's correct when they're both standing next to each other.
Yeah, because I think He-Man doesn't really gain any height, but She-Ra very definitely does.
Yeah, by the way, there's not a lot in it. He-Man's like 6'6", and She-Ra's like 7 foot.
Yeah, she's like, what, 6'8" or something?
She-Ra is 7 foot.
7 foot, okay. And she wears heels.
And to be fair, I got that height from Nate Stevens.
Sure.
Because I believe they used that as their awakening, was just like, I saw this 7 foot warrior goddess. and it made me feel things.
Yeah.
Look at that crocodile, he needs to go back to bullying Donkey Kong.
He does. What a wanker!
I love how he gave a parachute to only one of them.
Yeah, I don't need a parachute, that's what you think. And then just yeeted them all. What a wanker!
Are we going to not talk about the fact that lead guy was the Knight of Thorns?
Well, yeah, that too.
How is He-Man and She-Ra breathing in space? I guess that's just a thing they can do.
Well, Batman can, so they can.
Batman cannot, sir.
Batman can breathe in space. The number of times he's been in space and not died.
He usually has a thing on that lets him do that.
apart from in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Those aren't canon.
Years before me were not canon. They were all in black and white, therefore they don't exist. Did you also think that when you were a kid, that like all the black and white photos were how the world used to be?
I don't remember really seeing many black and white photos before understanding the concept of time.
Yeah. Well, I also thought that like Roger Rabbit, which is set in like the 40s, was like set in the 80s because that was before now. Like I knew it was in the before times, and like the 80s was before now, so well, it must have been then.
The before times, before the Empire.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember, you don't know me. I appreciate the fact they left a bit of the tip of his hat undone, because that way he doesn't look like a member of the clan.
Yes.
Orko's got a lot of fucking... a lot of bottle in him for someone who's so inept.
Yeah, he's a little shit, but he's very adorable.
That could very easily be fucking Horowitz voicing Orko.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
It's not, but it could be.
Mm-hmm. Like, if they were redoing it. Like, it's very definitely just a normal person with a vocoder.
Yeah. Jesus, I can't unhear it.
I get you, yeah.
Rick, imagine...
You're not lost, I'm lost.
Imagine you're an 8-year-old child in the woods.
And a floating goblin just, like, saves you from an avalanche.
Yeah, what's your initial response?
Well, first of all, I've had a near-death experience, and therefore, I probably didn't have a near-death experience. I probably had a death experience. I am now in hell, and this floating goblin is possibly my first personal demon.
I'm just thinking of fucking Smiling Friends, where you got that one demon that just goes, and he just gets punched in the fucking belly. Oh! Hey man, I fucking told you.
Yeah, it's like your reaction of whenever you hear something that you can't explain, you go straight from being a rational person who doesn't believe in ghosts to the undead.
I didn't think it was the undead. I thought it was an alien. That's very different.
But yeah, what's your reaction to this?
Oh, I'm dead. That's my reaction.
I have died.
Blech. Look at Han Solo here.
Yeah.
What is this word you speak of? Peace.
Yeah. So, I love when you say, "Oh, man, this is confusing," and someone goes, "No, it's not."
Okay, I've got to be absolutely honest with you, Rick. I didn't know Earth existed in the same universe as Etheria and Eternia.
Yeah, so apparently the mum being from Earth is, like, actually canon.
I fucking hate that.
And, like, the idea is that she's an ace pilot who came to Eternia.
It's just the plot of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
What the fuck is myrrh?
It's embalming fluid, essentially. You put it on someone who's dead to make them not stink for a little bit longer.
Okay, new question. Why'd they give that to the baby Jesus?
Because it was foreshadowing that he was going to get murdered.
Yeah, in 23 years.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We do get a She-Ra transformation.
Yeah.
It bothers me a lot that the swords are exactly the same.
At least make it gold.
Right? She doesn't appear to have gained any height. My God, is this any more 80s, the song that's playing? She-Ra, She-Ra!
And Swiftwind is just a normal horse until he gets zappened, which it was the case in Princesses of Power, but he didn't, get his wings from. He didn't lose his wings in between transformations.
Yeah, but it's the same as Battle Cat with He-Man.
Yeah, Cringer, yeah.
Yeah, that fat fuck better come.
Oh boy.
What the fuck? That was the weirdest transition ever.
Yeah, just mid-sentence. She-Ra!
Oh, I'm gonna assume that's my mister.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Seeing as the fact she has a freaking mermaid ass.
She's got like a Siamese fighter lower half.
She does.
Why is She-Ra always got the most expressionless expression ever? When they zoom in.
Because the only thing they're animating is the eyes and mouth.
It's not a good look, is all I'm saying.
In fact, this is exactly the same idea. They're only animating the eyes and mouth whenever they can get away with it.
This is the 80s, I guess.
This is drag a JPEG across the screen.
Yeah, like the witch in Smiling Friends.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just so good. It's such a good visual gag. That's twice I've referenced Smiling Friends. Let's go for a third.
The boss really likes Christmas.
He does. Who doesn't?
Yeah. And Alan fixed his Christmas boots. Is it just going to be fucking Entrapta?
Oh, it could be. Like, she's a villain in this.
No. She is, yeah. She's just a straight-up villain. She's not even a... It's not even ambiguous or anything.
Yep. Interestingly enough, the woman who voiced She-Ra also voiced Catra in this series, which would have made the new version very weird.
Yeah, but also is like super anti-rainbow. So
wait, what?
Yeah, the original She-Ra is super anti-rainbow.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It is.
Well, that train is very loud. I apologise if it comes up on the audio recording.
It's fine. It didn't come through for me.
Oh no, it won't come in over on Discord for certain. But like my recording the room is a lot more louder than Discord silencing software.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the brave She-Ra distracted a monster for 5 seconds before running away.
Yeah. And that's my cameo done. Now I'm gonna fuck off and smoke seaweed.
Yeah. Why has Swiftwing got such a deep, intimidating voice?
I don't know.
What the fuck is this?
It's well, she just answered you. Okay, there's additional robots.
Oh, fucking where's Eggman? Why? You can fly!
He can fly and he can reverse. Just go the other way, they're all over there.
And he doesn't even need a running start!
Oh, they shot him with a laser and it makes a bubble. Is this going to be that all they do is like want to keep the fucking crystal where it is? Monstroid Central.
I don't fucking know, man. It's okay, Hasbro owns Transformers. They're Decepticons, you know.
Yeah.
The Manchines?
Swiftwind. The Manchines. Yeah. Oh, they're actually transforming.
Well, Swiftwind did say that that's what they were doing. God, they have literally just taken taken animations from Transformers.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they were going to combine. That'd have been a way cooler toy to sell.
I'm sorry, it's a bubble.
Yeah. Oh, apparently it's a plastic bubble. Oh, it's a glass. Okay.
Is it?
Well, it's physical, and when it got kicked over, it's just like glass or plastic or something.
Step towards the light, Orko. Am I dead? No. Can't think of anything much more hellish than having two kids scream Jingle Bells at you.
Yeah, they're not even singing the Jingle Bells song, they're just shouting Jingle Bells over and over. No, don't!
It sounds like that sounds like the plot of a elaborate ruse to kidnap people.
Yeah, that does sound like...
Why does it take the whole ship, Rick?
Why do they have to stand in the light if it's taking the whole ship? Oh, and they brought a Christmas tree.
God damn it, Adam isn't even pretending not to be hench.
Yeah.
He's got bigger tits than Adora.
He does.
That transition needs to fuck off. It's
It's going
very...
to be Hordak's asteroid, is it?
It's very unwelcome. You're right, it's going to be Hordak. In the Force.
Oh, so this actually is Horde Prime.
Apparently.
So he can just send Skeletor and Hordak to fight Santa.
I would absolutely adore this special if we see Skeletor deck Santa Claus.
Well, I don't know. I think it would be really cool if, like, He-Man and She-Ra are defeated, and Santa just picks up both swords and just becomes fucking Odin or something.
I'm just saying right now, fucking Adam's mum is a MILF.
She is.
But yeah.
Redheads, man.
One of my favourite wrestling bits ever was Raw was transmitted on Christmas Eve once. And I won't sugarcoat it, Alberto Del Rio ran over Santa Claus. And the locker room was very upset, and they needed to find a champion to beat the shit out. Now, here's the thing, is Alberto Del Rio was apologising profusely. He didn't mean to run over Santa, but nobody cared. So they went back to the locker room, and they were like, someone needs to beat the shit out of Del Rio for running over Santa Claus. And it zooms across the locker room, zooms in on John Cena. It's like, John Cena, you're the man. And John Cena just sprints to the ring while screaming, Santa! It's fucking great. Muscle-bound female She-Ra. Calling someone a muscle-bound female sounds like an insult an incel would throw.
It's an incel insult.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. So Horde Prime is just Dr. Claw.
At least he sounds different to Dr. Claw, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick, we're only half done.
I know.
And yet, gotta be honest with you, it's definitely better than the holiday special so far.
It is. It's an incredibly fucking low bar.
Some might say it's the lowest bar.
Yeah, it's like actually subterranean. It's gone so far into the Earth's core that it's been subsumed by the rest of the molten iron.
I saw a clip of Rick and Morty the other day where Morty was using a lightsaber for some reason and he dropped it down. And it cuts to Rick and just goes, perfectly fucking vertical, Morty. So they have to race to the center of the Earth to stop it.
That's an entire episode.
Oh.
Like, Rick makes an additional lightsaber with a guidance system. And he keeps asking the lightsaber with the guidance system if he's still vertical. And it gets annoyed. And so, well, you want vertical? Fuck your vertical. And it starts, and it just, like, comes up and, like, kills a foreign dignitary.
Fair enough.
And the Keith David president's like, we'll blame the Koreans. In fact, it was the Koreans.
It's too real. What the fuck? Why is there just a shoe ship?
It does look a bit like a...
Wait, is that Seahawk or is that Bo?
Apparently that's Bo. Why have both Bo and Seahawk got ginger mustaches?
You're being generous. It's a porn stash. Oh, look, there's Catra.
Yeah. There's Catra and like a Wish.com Spider-Man.
I was gonna say it looked like fucking Carnage from Alibaba.
Yeah. Timu Carnage. Oh yes, because she can peek.
Yeah, that was a plot
Even
point.
though she is. She is a peacock who can peek, and she is blue. Therefore, peekaboo.
Yeah, she. I mean, that was a plot point in the new She-Ra. It's just Peekaboo was taken over by Double.
Yeah. Peekaboo may or may not have ever existed, and the only time we ever saw her was as Double Trouble.
Peekaboo did exist and got gender bent into a prince in the new one.
Okay.
But yeah, they did exist. It's just Double Trouble was masquerading as them for long enough.
Sure. Yeah. Yep, you got 10 seconds to fuck off before I shoot you all.
Yep.
Here are additional guns. Fucking silly.
That's some classic runaway sound effects, though. So they're capturing the kids because they want to do something to Horde Prime.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, so that was the Fright Zone.
Yeah, fair enough. It did look a bit like it.
Why has she got a load
Just,
screen?
you know, she's a living load screen.
It's a man's ear.
Man, I remember when Peekaboo was Maryl's name.
You got anything to expand on that, or what?
Just when Meryl was first leaked, it was just a blue-looking Pikachu, and people didn't know it. So
what the fuck is that?
It looks like the fucking. Oh, okay. So the.
No, I gathered it.
Okay,
It was a Manchin, but what the fuck is it? It looks gross. I want to kill it.
It looks like the kind of thing that would get added to a 60s cartoon that had gone on 5 seasons too long. Oh, he's a prawn as well. Why is he a prawn?
There is no rhyme or reason in Eternia. Oh, I don't like it, Rick.
No.
I don't like it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
I don't want this toy. I do not want this toy. I anti-want this toy. I would sacrifice my Christmas present to not get this toy.
Fuck, they've got Thomas the Tank faces, that's what it is.
They do. But, like, they're like, badly animated Thomas the Tank faces, so, like...
Oh, yeah, the top-tier animation in Thomas the fucking Tank, where the lips didn't even move.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just, all that moves is the freaking eyes.
Oh, and these are robots, so He-Man can use his sword.
Yeah, and he still fucking isn't. Just giving them a bit of a wiggle and then tie him in knots.
He's doing that thing MMA fighters do with the fucking with the massive ropes.
Did
Did they just invent a new robot just so he could job out?
Yeah, apparently.
What? What? Have you ever seen Empire Strikes Back, Rick? Because I guess that's the logic.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Which would only have been a few years old at that point. Like 5 years old. Just knock it over to death.
Oh, and they just respawned.
There's just infinity of them. Yeah, they just spawn off screen.
So Control Z, Control V.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is giving me fucking flashbacks to that one Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah. It feels very Dragon Ball GT-ish, doesn't it?
That animation was weirdly realistic for He-Man and She-Ra for a second then.
Yeah.
What? Oh, they're literally Ewoks now.
Yeah.
What?
She could always do that! And she fucking chose not to. Okay, the puppy's actually kind of cute.
No. Need to put it in a sack and then that sack goes in a river. What? Shit, why is... When?
The skilly bike.
No. Oh no, it's Orko. I'm so scared.
Yeah. There's nothing more intimidating than Orko saying, "Stop it, Skeletor! Don't be a wanker! You dickhead, you're a dickhead."
I think the only thing less intimidating is like snark cats.
Yeah.
It's perfect. What have you achieved there?
Yeah, he's like made Swiftwind not fly for 3 seconds while She-Ra pulls the prison apart. Oh, are we going to be doing some inter-villain fighting?
Okay, I'd buy the Hordak ship as a toy.
Yeah.
He's very orcish in these early incarnations, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's to emphasize the fact that his nose is right there. Fuck you, Hordak! You piece of shit!
I really was expecting him to go like Dick Dastardly and be like, drat, and triple drat!
Double drat!
Apparently they took the dog with them. I was trying to work out what that orange blob was, but yeah, they got the dog.
Yeah. They got the dog, yeah. Children, let us huddle for warmth. I am freezing my tits off.
The Skeletor seems absolutely unaffected.
Yeah.
It's one of those really funny things where I work, it's fucking freezing in the winter.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens is like while you're working, you don't feel it. You go for your break, you come back down, you're fucking freezing again. And it's always don't know why that happened, but okay. It's always the case of like you get back off your break and it's like, man, it's freezing, and you have to tell someone, yeah, start doing work. And you're not even doing it to be a dick. It's literally just if you're working and moving, you stop feeling the cold.
Yeah, because you're just expending energy, and the way that humans make energy is by burning glucose. Just burn the puppy.
That is not enough. And also, if that's
they got nothing on the legs.
All they needed, why was Skeletor throwing a bitch fit?
He doesn't want to be known as Skeletor.
I don't want to be nice. I want to be evil. I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Turn people into dinosaurs.
Oh, fuck Sauron.
Yeah. Or Sauron, or whatever he's called. But yeah, apparently he's called Sauron because he likes Sauron.
I mean, it's super tracks. He's a big fucking nerd.
Yeah. It's already got socks on. What more does it need? And it's a robot.
This is the closest you'll ever get to a Skeletor face turn.
Well, it's a dog with a bone, except the bone is Skeletor.
It's very weird that Skeletor is dressed the way he is while escorting 2 children.
Yeah.
I think he just said the meme line of, I am not nice.
Yes. Yeah, I am not nice. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like, have you been to Christmas? Oh, like a right hook?
It's just like, I think people forget that, like, Skeletor is, like, cartoonishly evil in the OG show.
Oh, yeah, I mean, literally cartoonishly evil. He's like the archetype for cartoonishly evil.
Also, despite being hench as fuck, he is a wizard.
Oh, yes. Like, he's almost only a wizard. The only time he uses his muscles is to wrestle He-Man when He-Man wrestles
really
him.
Likes it.
Yeah. No, I saved me. You were stood behind me.
It worked for a moment there. He smiled.
Yeah. I'm always smiling. I know, and I hate it.
I'm guessing this is where the meme originally came from of, I am not nice. Because he said it like 5 times now.
Yeah.
Again, He-Man's fucking insults are not great.
Yeah.
That wasn't an insult. That was just describing Skeletor.
Yes. Nice shoes, 2 feet.
You just reminded me of fucking... There was an interaction on Tumblr where it's like, isn't it weird how we wash ourselves with hot water except for our teeth? And someone said, speak for yourself, cold teeth. And that's such an insult while also being a nothing statement.
Cold teeth? Cold teeth?
You take the 500 on the left, I'll take the 500 on the right. Screw you, I'll take 501.
Screw you, I'm taking 501. That's the spirit.
Why'd they all kick me in the dick?
They keep kicking me in the dick.
Actually, I think it was, wow, Vegeta, I can't believe all 1,000 of them kicked you in the dick, and it's just a really pathetic squeak after.
Yeah. And if you say, hit him really hard, I will kick you in the dick.
We should hit him really, really hard. Together? Fine, fuck it.
Alright, fuck it.
I absolutely love the line, fine, fuck it.
Yeah. Another one in Broly. Oh, what about Cell? Fuck him.
Oh. So pointless.
Yeah, it was all... Oh, okay, that's why.
She-Ra's actually the same height as He-Man in this by the looks of it.
Yeah, with the head wings, she's higher, but, I mean, taller. Higher? Fucking
You should
English.
be high to watch this show.
It would improve the experience. No!
He's been compelled by the spirit of Christmas. I don't know what it is about all of Skeletor's animations. It looks like a real person doing things.
Yeah. The spirit of capitalism compels me.
Oh, you fucking think?
No shit! No Cheryl Shitlock. That makes me angry.
Skeletor cast shield.
Skeletor cast counterspell.
That is just Dick Dastardly. And or Team Rocket.
Yeah.
I like it's like, oh no, affection.
In the spirit of Christmas, never speak of this again.
Yeah.
There we go. No.
As do I.
364 days of edging.
That sounds like hell, Rick. Thanks for that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know what... It's the Trunk Man. Was that Gambit?
I don't know. This makes no sense.
A hench Santa with a pillow paunch.
That kid's name was Miguel the whole time.
Yeah, it's like Miguel and Alicia or something. Go to Adora. It can stay here so it can be a toy.
I mean, I guess, right? The moment they're gone, she just gets turned into scrap metal.
And turn them into a popcorn
Don't worry,
maker.
they go to another farm.
That
was quick.
I thought you said something else.
Look at that Pablo Escobar looking motherfucker.
Yeah. He's got that Hank Hill ass. The nigger butt. Go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah,
So I can dress up as
I'm
Santa
gonna
Claus.
smang your mother.
Smang.
Yeah, no shit, motherfucker. Although, I've got to be honest with you, on the zoomed out shot, I thought it was the Seahawk / bow.
Yeah, Bohawk.
But you can't blame me, they all have the fucking same body shape.
And the same fucking face. Like, even
all
the women.
Men look alike, all the women look alike, unless you are a villain and have a weird face.
Yeah, the women just have a slightly, like, the jaw goes higher. Other than that, it's the same face. We got 48 seconds to talk about Jesus.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I've got to be honest with you, it's not the worst thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, I get you.
Wait, if I'd have seen this when I was a kid, I would have been like, I want the toys.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Like, the baddie machines, they looked like they combined, and if they did, that'd be a badass combining toy set.
Oh, they definitely didn't. They looked like knockoff Transformers, probably to be like, hey man, remember Transformers? Maybe you should go watch that movie. So yeah, that was certainly a thing. Rick, let's be transparent to our audience. There's a cut there because we had internet issues. Other than that, Rick, what do you think of the episode?
It was fine, and it was so okay. It was average, and it's like I said in the pre-cut version, it's not even the worst Christmas thing I've seen this month. But as you also pointed out, yes, it's very much self-inflicted because that's not a fair comparison.
I don't think anything can actually be worse than the Star Wars Holiday Special.
I don't know. Anything that's intending to be good, maybe not. However, I'm pretty sure you can make some kind of shitpost that's like intentionally worse.
Well, shitpost doesn't count. It's in the title.
Yeah, true. And I guess those. If you ever watch a Saberspark video, he reviews a lot of really shitty animations.
I'll take your word for it, but I still don't. Here's the thing: is I bet none of those animations are 2 hours long.
Oh, I think they are. Like, one of them is like Moses, the story of Moses, and it's like no, and really badly animated. But it was made by like one guy, so you can't be too mad. But like,
this was
one guy
a multi-million-dollar
God.
project made by, well, it wasn't made by George Lucas, but it did get his blessing initially. So no, I don't think those are fair comparisons.
No, it's not. But yeah, what do you think?
It was fine. It wasn't the best thing in the world. It's a pretty much par for the course as far as like He-Man and She-Ra cartoons were in the 80s. I don't think you can say otherwise in that regard.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged thing of, yes, it's par for the course for He-Man and She-Ra, and it's also par for the course for 80s Christmas specials. So it's like a double whammy there.
Like, at the end of the day, adults wouldn't be watching this. Adults would be drinking their coffee and their beer and being like, oh, good, the kids are quiet because they're watching this trash.
Yeah, the adults would sit through it while probably preparing Christmas dinner.
Again, I don't think the adults are sitting through this. I think the adults have this on in the other room.
Yeah.
Well, they're planning what kind of hanky-panky they're going to have.
Mr. Hanky-Panky.
No, that's not what I said, and you know that. Rick, let's do our usual wind down before I get mad at you for making yet another South Park reference.
Yep.
What was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment was when Skeletor gave the parachute to his underlings, and they went, "Oh, we don't need a parachute," and he's like, "That's what you think," and then just yeets them out of his plane.
I think it was even more entertaining that they all had to share the same one.
Yeah.
I was very confused for a moment because I thought he was just going to yeet the one guy, but no, all of them went.
Yeah, and that got an actual laugh out of me. But yeah, how about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
My favourite moment was probably just the sense of bafflement that came with, could She-Ra always shoot a magic laser beam through her sword? Because I don't remember that being a thing in any version of the story.
And turn it into a whip.
Yeah, but that's a thing. The sword's always been able to transform because I guess because she's a woman, so she can't have a sword all the time.
Yeah, so they make it transform into a whip because they saw Wonder Woman and were like, oh yeah, cool, that.
Acting as if Wonder Woman hasn't been a thing since the late 40s.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. They saw Wonder Woman and went, yeah, that.
It predates it by ages. There's no way that was the first time they did it, is my point.
Yeah, true.
Every woman has to have a whip because it's vaguely sexy. And I'm just saying that was the motivation behind this. This is the 80s, for fuck's sake.
Especially the tall ones in metal boots.
As you say. Can't only talk about the good, we also have to talk about the bad. So, what's your weakest link?
It's probably going to be, like, it might be a bit mean-spirited, and it's also kind of iconic of He-Man and She-Ra in general, but the limited animation really stood out, where it was really obvious to see when they wanted to get lazy with the scene, because they just zoom in on someone's face, show nothing else, and all that would be animated is just, like, the eyes and mouth at best.
I mean, at this point, we should just splice in that scene from Invincible.
Oh, yes. But that one was at least funny. It was funny twice.
Yeah, because
as you showed me, like you showed me the comic version of it and the animated version of it.
Yeah, it's really fun, and I'm glad that they managed to adapt it to work in animated form.
Yeah, it's great. I like it. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's my weakest link. Do you have a weakest link?
My weakest link is that it's a load of wank.
Oh yeah, the plot. Yeah,
the plot's weird. I didn't think Earth was. You could just go to Earth in the He-Man and She-Ra universe, but apparently that's a thing.
Apparently it's really difficult. Apart from when the plot needs it to not be.
Well, yeah, because it's a cartoon from the 80s. Again, all cartoons from the 80s. If it didn't have Hanna-Barbera written on it, it was just an advert for a toy.
Yeah, it was a toy advert, and the plot was there to make the show happen that day and then be forgotten. It was like the very definition of episodic.
Here's this new character. Why does this new character exist? We have an idea for a toy.
Yeah, the toy may or may not get made, but this character is now either going to be your favorite toy or your favorite character who never gets a fucking toy because of executive meddling.
That didn't exist in the 80s. Every character was designed to be a toy because, again, these were 20-minute advertisements. They were not cartoons.
Yeah.
And Hasbro is notorious for this. It was part of their business model. It's actually bizarre that they don't still fund cartoons, apart from My Little Pony. Apparently.
And even then, they have to get someone else in on the action these days.
What do you mean?
Like Netflix.
Well, yeah, but they're a distributor.
Yeah, true. But I'm pretty sure Netflix actually put something into it.
Yeah, but that's just Hasbro's business model at the moment. They've said the same thing with movies. They pulled out, they said they're not going to fund movies anymore. They'll still pimp their license out, but you've got to foot the bill.
Yeah, fair enough.
But anyway.
And, to a degree, respect to them for being upfront about it, but still a bit scummy that they're not, putting any effort into things that they've made.
They don't care. They just want to sell shit.
Yeah, they just want line go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Rick, let's get your MVP.
It's going to be Skeletor. He was the source of my favourite moment and my second favourite moment. The good old, I don't want to be nice, I want to feel evil.
Yeah, totally valid.
So, yeah.
He went through quite a trek. I think fundamentally my biggest gripe with this show is based on Skeletor because he had this weird face turn which came out of nowhere for no real reason.
Yeah, it was for the only reason was that it's Christmas and the kids that have grown up watching He-Man have grown up loving to hate Skeletor, and this is the one time that Skeletor gets to be a good guy, and it's like, yeah, he's a cutie when he's not an arse.
But it's also kind of like boiled into the lore that like Hordak is a dick, whereas Skeletor has a reason for his evil usually.
Yeah, and it was also kind of cute to see Skeletor dicking over Hordak because Hordak was dicking over Skeletor first.
Yeah, but he didn't. There was no reason for him to dick over Horde Prime, and yet he did.
Yeah, he was. I was on orders to do this thing, but fuck you, Horde Prime. Fuck you in particular, today.
But the second he made this quick snap decision, he was like, oh, I
immediately regret this decision.
I'm going to feel comeuppance for this action. Except he won't, because this is a one-off cartoon and there's no continuality here.
Yeah. But yeah, how about you? Who's going to be your MVP?
I'm going to give my MVP to Prince Adam's mother for being a MILF, and I will not elaborate.
Yeah, redheads wearing green, my dude.
It's got nothing to do with that. Like, she's got big MILF energy, and, she commanded the room. That being said, it's like, Adora comes off as weirdly immature in this, so I can't get the on over her.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, she can't make any decision for herself. She needs to get other people to say, you should do this, and then she does it. It's very weird.
Yeah, even getting Swiftwind to be her, moral GPS is so kind of jarring.
And I don't know how much of this is influenced by the fact that my first exposure to She-Ra She-Ra was the DreamWorks project on Netflix.
Yeah, the good one that we all liked.
It's really good because it's not this shit.
Yeah. And if you're watching this now, go watch it because its days are numbered.
It is. It's coming off Netflix. Although that being said, I highly suspect it's coming off Netflix because DreamWorks is probably preparing to launch their own fucking streaming service. Sounds like something they do.
Yes, it does. But DreamWorks Plus.
Like, for real. But it is what it is. And honestly, I think everyone who worked on Modern She-Ra needs big ups on getting a glimpse of old school She-Ra because it wasn't good. It's almost as if the old one was made just to sell toys.
Yeah, and the new one was made just as a passion project. And you can see the exact difference between the two.
I don't even know if passion project is correct because by all accounts it was something they were going to make and Nate Stevens just got lucky in that, yes, they gave a fuck about the franchise.
Yeah, maybe so.
And then they made it gay as fuck, which was super the right decision.
Yes.
Anyway.
How do you have a show with weaponized rainbows and keep it 100% heterosexual presenting? Well, you don't.
But yes, that brings today's episode to a close. It's only up from here, I think. Although next week we've got Inspector Gadget, so maybe not. Let us know in the comment section what you thought of this particular Christmas special, what you think of other Christmas specials, what Christmas specials you'd like to see us cover in the future. We've got another 12 months until next December, but we're probably going to do Christmas shit again. Alternatively, if you're not watching via YouTube, but instead listening via one of the many audio platforms that isn't called Spotify, because they also have a comment section, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Absolutely. So bear in mind, we very much want informative comments. We want funny comments. We want you to tell us we're idiots. If you put something particularly amusing or interesting, we will read it out on the next episode. Apart from that, thanks for listening, and I've given the game away. It's Inspector Gadget next week, so go Gadget, press that play button.
Bye, everybody.